Sports time now, and we go live to the sports studio and welcome Sean Green. Sean, what madness is happening in St. Kitts?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Shane. Good evening to you, Barbados. Well, the Barbados surprised their fourth round match against the Leeward Islands Hurricanes in the West Indies First Class Championship at Warner Park has been pushed back by a day. Now, the game was due to bowl off this morning, and it was called off due to a reported robbery to the Barbados team. Now, President of the Barbados Cricket Association, Conde Relly, gave CBC Sports the details.
I got a call from Roland Holder of Cricket West Indies, and he said to me that there was a break-in, and the place was ransacked. Players lost gear, and the coaching staff, like the strength and conditioning, Alex's equipment, and probably Jackie King, she's the physio, her equipment, Dr. King. So the guys were in a mental state to start today, and Cricket West Indies has given them permission to start tomorrow and finish on Monday. And from what they said, also the match against Trinidad will be pushed back by a day because instead of coming home on Monday, we'll be coming home on Tuesday.
In more cricket, Cricket West Indies Director of Cricket, Jimmy Adams, has stated that the fitness standards implemented by the administration, they are non-negotiable, but are sometimes tailored for players under different conditions. Now, Adams was speaking following the exclusion of Evan Lewis, who finished the West Indies last series as the leading run scorer, and Shamron Hetmer. They were excluded from the Caribbean unit to face Sri Lanka after failing their fitness test.
It's a non-negotiable. It goes hand in hand. One of the examples that I use is to remind people that the whole issue of getting fitter players is to reduce injury, and this is one of the areas that we've suffered from in the past. We had young John Campbell who went to Ireland, and he was not in the fittest state at the time. Gets a good score, gets 100 in the first game, but then physically can't compete in the rest of the series because of not being where he should be. And we can't afford to have our best players not being on the park because they're not at an accepted fitness level. So I'm looking forward to these lads correcting that in the near future and getting the fitness levels up to where it should be. And out of that, making sure that we can keep them on the park for longer than probably we have been able to do in the past.
Mamadou Hassan Joy smashed a century as Bangladesh defeated New Zealand by 6 wickets today to book a ticket to their first ever ICC Under-19 World Cup final. They'll be taking on the defending champions India. Now, Mamadou made exactly 100 off 127 balls as Bangladesh knocked off New Zealand's total of 211 for 8 with almost 6 overs remaining to reach the final for the very first time, scoring 215 for 4. And meantime, the West Indies Under-19s will face the Australia Under-19s in the 5th place playoff final. That's tomorrow morning.
Time for the second half in sports. Now we head back to the sports studio. Hi again, Sean.
Yes, Shane. Well, good news for Blue House. They reclaimed the title they lost last year to Red. This is at the St. Ursuline Convent Interhouse Sports. It was held at the Usain Bolt Complex today. Now, Blue racked up 1,239 points ahead of rivals Red, who ended on 1,168, and Green, 1,046. CBC's Almy Burke was there and took in some of the action.
Straight off the line we go for the Ursuline Convent Sports 200-meter action. These are the under-13 girls, and as they take the bend, the Blue House domination came to 4. Final 100 meters, and Shania Sobers was in business mode. She tired a bit but put enough space between herself and her Blue House teammate, Araya Maynard. And in comes Alyssa Carter for Red in 3rd. I'll pick up the under-13 boys race just at the halfway mark as the entire field was chasing after Damani Sinclair. He looked oh so comfortable in the final meters. It was as if he almost shut down. Hey, after all, he had no competition. Greenhouse with maximum points as Ethan Harris cruised in for 2nd, and Blues' Nathan Foster takes 3rd. The under-15 girls race was paced like fire. They came off the bed with speed. But look at Jasmine Seeley in the red socks. She engaged another gear and literally stepped past her fellow competitors. 2nd went to Abigail Thomas, and 3rd, Cyan Innes. By the way, Green got 2nd and 3rd. Under 15 boys on the outside in the colors of Flash Gordon and moving almost at the speed of lightning is Hayden Yearwood. But watch this, on the inside is Khalil Nurse as he put in a challenge, but then he seemed to run out of gas. while Yearwood continued to push through, dipping in. Nurse holds on just ahead of a fast-finishing Kashawn Otley in blue. Now, Jade Carrington flew off the line in the under-17 girls race, and I think it was that early running that really paid off, as Kayla Drayton was hot on her heels in the final meters. But Carrington, she just had what it takes to hold off Drayton. Anyhow, it was a Blue House domination yet again, with Green getting in there through Caitlin Lashley. Now talk about signed, sealed, and delivered from the get-go in a class of its own. The form, the strides, the speed, just not catching arrogant striker, leaving them all in the dust. By the way, that's another win for Blue, as here comes Dante DeRoche for Green in second, with Dion Grant just limping over the line for third. To the big girls of the school, the under-20s, remember these are 200s, and Sonoja Jokes had the first 100 meters sewn up quickly. And on the outside, she was pouring, coming our way. Well done, young lady. Second goes to Melissa Gaskin, with Christy Wilkinson in third. The under-20 boys, they were out pretty slowly, but the race will soon take shape. A battle of the Red House teammates, Charles Hunt and Dylan Duquette. Duquette on the outside, he had the edge, but here comes Hunt. Who would it be? Who would it be? Hunt over Duquette, with Nicholas Grant in third. The Ursuline Convent had their day of fun at the Usain Bolt complex. Anne-Marie Burke, CBC Sports.